Hi, sir.
Oh, hello everyone. Parth, thank you for joining. Let us wait for 2 minutes more. We shall start session at 6. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, what happens, Parth? Generally, when people join English sessions, they always come with the occupied mindset. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? So many things are happening in our life, either at a workplace or maybe at our home. So there is a process that I wish them to remove all the worries when they start learning English with me. So I used to play a prayer in the class. That is actually, it is mandatory in all the courses or in all the sessions that I conduct. I always start my session with a prayer. Okay. So here we shall be taking 4 minutes and 35 seconds only for this prayer. And once it is over, and we will start the session immediately. Okay. Can you hear me properly, Parth? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Good to see. Good to hear.
I have write some words, sir, and I will send to on WhatsApp. Send.
Yeah, you are free to send me a WhatsApp.
Okay.
Only 1 minute is remaining. We shall not waste time. Once it is 6, we will start the prayer, and at 6:05 we will be having a discussion on the vocabulary. Okay, so my primary focus will be on the advanced vocabulary, and some of the words or the phrases that I may discuss with you may be belonging to the category of the intermediate English. But either we touch upper intermediate case, still we are above 7.5, and we shall be given not 7.5, I'd say you are above 6.5 if you get B2 here. Okay, so if your target is to get 6.5 and at least in each skill, or overall you want to touch 7 bands, then I would humbly request you to try to use advanced vocabulary. In case you commit certain mistakes in the grammar, the teacher, the examiner will be having more focus on the vocabulary, and we may be given a good score by the teacher, by the examiner. Okay, can you hear me
Okay, sir.
properly, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to start the session. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, तूफान से ही तो लड़ने खुदा ने तुझे गढ़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किल सब साथ है हमारे वो सर्व शक्तियों से, जब साथ है हमारे हर काम उसके रहते, हरगिज़ हुआ पड़ा है कभी हारना ना, हिम्मत का कदम बढ़ाओ, कभी हारना ना, हिम्मत का कदम बढ़ाओ, हजारों कदम बढ़ाने वो सामने खड़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा।
Parth, are you able to watch my screen properly? Shall I start
Yes,
the
sir.
session here? Okay,
Yes, sir.
good to know. Okay, so let us start the discussion. Could you give me any topic that you would like to discuss with me where I can help you to improve your vocabulary to a great extent? Generally,
Politics.
yeah, it can be politics. Good. Okay, I shall be mentioning this word politics here. And any other word specific to area, for example.
Environment.
Okay, great. Environment. Okay. And what about geography overall or traveling or something like that?
Traveling. Like.
Can I say that? Traveling?
Yes,
So
sir.
visiting a new place, that we can like write like this, visiting a new place.
Visiting a new place.
Okay. So now my focus is to discuss with you what are the best and the most effective words as well as the phrases that you can use. And honestly speaking, the people who use effective words, it can be beneficial to some extent. But overall, you may not be given a very good band, because in order to make or prove your language more natural and effective, you're supposed to use natural phrases. Okay. So here, suppose when you talk
Okay.
about the politics, so let me know what is politics according to you. What kind of the words that you do not find while talking about politics may be related to the administrative structures in your country? Feel
Like.
free to participate. Feel free to participate. For example, if I say each and every country is based on the three pillars, okay? We generally say uh, executive, legislature, and judiciary. Have you heard these pillars?
No, sir.
Executive, legislature, and judiciary. Executive is for the law implementation. The authority is
Mm,
vested with this organization to implement the laws. But the law enactment, for example, this is also a technical word. For example, if I say it is law making authority, rather saying law making, I can say that the law was enacted by the parliament. Is it clear?
Okay.
Enacted. Rather
Yes,
saying
sir.
making, made, I shall be using enact word. Is it clear? So legislature
Yes,
is
sir.
given the primary role of enaction a law. So that means a new law can be enacted by the legislature in the country. It is to be implemented by the
And
executive, and the judiciary is there to protect the laws. Okay, in case someone violates your fundamental rights, so you are free to approach judiciary for the implementation of, for the enforcement of your fundamental rights. Okay, so for example, if I say that
okay, sir.
politics, then you must also be able to understand fundamental
Fundamental.
and legal rights. And it is not just rights only, we should also understand what are our fundamental duties.
Mm, mm,
Can I
right,
say
sir.
that a set of privileges?
Privilege.
Rights are nothing but a set of privileges. Now it again depends on a country whether a right is particularly a fundamental right or legal right. Okay, so it's not a basically a lecture politics. I can discuss, but we do not have sufficient time. Let us move to the next. So what are the most effective terminologies that you can use in this areas of the politics or maybe administration? Can I say that administrative laws?
Administrative laws. Yeah.
Administrative laws. Okay. We can also discuss like constitutional bodies. Constitutional.
Constitutional means Samvidhan, sir.
Yeah, constitutional bodies means the bodies which are enacted. Yeah, which are actually which came into existence as per the provisions of Law Book of India. The Law Book of India is known as Constitution. Am I right?
Okay.
For example, CAGI, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, UPSC. So these are the organizations that are
Yes.
mentioned in the
Yes.
specific articles of our constitution. So I can say these are the constitutional bodies. And the bodies which
Okay.
are not mentioned in the constitution, but they are enacted, they actually are the outcomes or they came into existence after a particular law was enacted by the parliament. Then I would call them statutory bodies. Am I right? Statutory bodies.
Future
Then
bodies. Okay.
can I say that court system? Whenever I
Court
talk about
system.
the
Yeah.
administration, I can also talk about more transparency and accountability.
Yes.
Yes or no?
And
Do you find that if you
accountable.
go for such words, you will be finding yourself more comfortable and you are able to make a speech for 2 to 3 minutes easily? Yes or no?
Yes.
So in this way, you
Yes.
have to do a lot of practice. And please note that it is not just about the outcome. Okay, people generally look for outputs. Sir, how will I learn English? You tell me. How can you help me out to improve my communication skills? But I always suggest them to look into the inputs. What are the inputs that you're giving to your mind? If you're not giving inputs to your mind, then how do you expect outputs from your mind? Am I right? So input here means you
Right.
have to develop a habit of reading newspapers. You have to, I am not asking you become avid reader, but at least you should try to spend 1 hour, 2 hour in a day on reading, on listening documentaries, English documentaries on various areas. For example, the social sciences. I can go for an English documentary on
Geography.
history, geography, politics. So in that way, I shall become more familiar with a set of the terminologies which are more frequently used in a particular area or domain. Are you getting? So in that way.
Yes, sir.
So what are the other words that you may come across in politics? Are you able to see my screen, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Transparency and accountability. And then, have you heard a word
Mm,
victim?
victim. Yes.
If I write victimization, then it was actually Z. Okay. Please understand that there are two types of English languages. Okay. One is British accent
Okay.
and one is with the
And one is
American.
American.
So it is possible that when I'm writing an organization, I'm writing a word organization. So if S comes, this is the British version. If I'm writing Z,
Okay.
Organization, organization, then this is actually the American version. So similarly, it happened in victimization case. Okay. So victim here means
Okay.
suppose a person who commits a crime against someone, the
Crime.
person who is in a bad condition, the person who is in a pitiable situation. Correct. This is known as
Yes, sir.
victim. This is known as a victim. And the person who committed a crime, we can say culprit. Are you able to understand,
Yes,
gentlemen?
sir.
Good. If you are not able to note down the words immediately, you can take the screenshot also of the screen and later on you can make a list of words in your notebook. Okay. Any other word that you would
Yes,
like
sir.
to discuss with me? You may be trying
Mm,
to use, but you are not sure how to use it effectively, especially in the context of laws. Feel free to speak, gentlemen.
mm, I can't find it, sir.
Can I say that political structure? I do have multiple, or I would say innumerable words to discuss in politics, but we do not have sufficient time right now. I can also discuss federal system, parliamentary form of the government, presidential form of the government, but these are very technical terms. Okay, so we have to use such
Okay.
terminologies in having a conversation with someone that everyone understands the words and the meanings. So until or
Okay.
unless the listener is not able to understand you properly, the communication process is not completed here. Okay. So let us now talk about environment. So what are the words that you can use in environment?
Mm, birds.
For example, can I say that devastation of something? Devastation here means nothing, but it is actually destroying something.
Okay.
Natural disasters can result into devastation of houses like that. Are you able to understand? Devastation
Yes,
means
sir.
it is going to
Destroying
destroy
something.
something. So I shall be using particularly a word devastation when I'm going to write in the context of environment, and devastation is nothing but is a synonym of a word destroy. Okay, devastation of
Okay.
something like that you can write. And what about other terminologies that you can use with me? You would like me to discuss in this session? For example, carbon emission. Carbon emission can be
Yes.
there. And what about others? For example, environment protection laws. This is a word that this is the phrase
Environmental.
that we must use. Environment
Protect.
protection laws. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And what about other terminologies that you can use in environment? Ecosystem. Suppose when I'm talking about resources in the society, can I say like that? Optimum utilization of resources. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Optimum utilization of resources. So that means the resources are available. I should use them optimally. That's the meaning. Okay. We can also discuss few more terms like national parks,
National parks.
reservation areas. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Try to help me out. If you have heard a single word related to environment, I can make it more effective by putting other words which are more suitable and natural.
So screen it.
Sorry.
Yes. Okay.
Sustainable.
Hmm.
Can I say like this? Faster, sustainable, and
First,
inclusive development. Faster, sustainable, and inclusive development.
equitable.
Equitable. So where would you like to use this word? Could you please spell it out?
EUQITABLE.
Sorry. Equitable. Equitable.
Hmm.
So what would you like to use here? Would you like to say that equitable? Uh, I would say like this somewhere that uneven distribution of natural resources. Can you use this word uneven? Uneven here means unequal. From the word that you
Okay.
discussed with me, equitable, I just realized that what happens in our society, the distribution of wealth, the distribution of resources, the distribution of natural resources is uneven. The resources are not in a balanced position where everyone has equal hold on the resources. Am I right? So it
Right, sir.
results into a range of the income. So everyone is not richer in this society. Someone is earning in crores and others may be earning in just hundreds. They are unable to manage their better survival while living in this society. So this can be the situation here. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the other words that you would like to discuss with me?
Hmm.
Any other word or terminology that you might have come across in the recent past? Can I say that the valuable contribution that can be made by the governments to
Valuable
control pollution? Valuable contribution?
to
Yes or no?
protect. Yes, sir.
If suppose a country take initiatives to protect environment, we should greatly appreciate. Okay. Whenever you are using a word appreciation, you can use this terminology there, or it is basically an adverb. I greatly appreciate your efforts. So it will be very, very effective
Yes.
word and it will make your sentence better. Rather, if you write, I appreciate your efforts. And if you are making such a statement, you can also say like this, I greatly appreciate your tiresome efforts. Tiresome
Okay.
efforts. Okay? Tiresome efforts. Is it clear, my dear friend?
Yes.
Did you learn something new in today's session?
Yes, sir. So much things.
Okay. So you can say that I learned a wide range of vocabulary in today's session conducted by
Session.
Sir at ARIHANT Career.
Prince.
I have no existence, so sorry. Okay. Now let us discuss a place. Suppose you are visiting a place. What are the best terminologies or the phrases that you can use here? For example, you
Mm,
can talk about coastal regions. I visited Goa in the recent
question.
past, which is a coastal region. Am I right?
Okay.
It is on
Yes,
the
sir.
coast of India. Am I right? Is it on the eastern coast or western coast of India? Is
Eastern.
it on the eastern coast or western coast of India? This is on the western coast of India.
Okay.
Am I right? So now the thing is, what are the effective terminologies and the words or the phrases you can use to make your writing more effective? For example, if you're visiting a place, can you talk about some views? I can say that spectacular views.
Yes.
Can I say that? Tourist
Yes, sir.
spot. Suppose when I'm talking about the tourist spots, I can also talk about various cuisines. Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Rather using various, you can talk about innumerable or multiple cuisines here. This will make your sentence more effective. Do you
Multiple
agree with
cuisines.
me? Do
Yes,
you
sir.
agree with me? Good. What are the other terminologies that you would like to discuss with me when you are talking about you are visiting a new place?
Culture.
Okay. So I can talk about cultural diversity here.
Okay.
India is well known for cultural diversity. Next, suppose when you are visiting
Identification.
sorry,
Identification.
identification, identification. Okay. So in what context would you like to use this terminology identification?
Different type of clothes and
Okay, good. Try to use a phrase. Try to use at least a set of words where you are able to write two or three words. Then only I can say it is a phrase, and it should be more effective, natural, and we can use it in a sentence to make our sentence more effective. That's the
okay.
reason. Okay. Try, continue. You are doing a good job. I appreciate your effort. Or I should say, I greatly appreciate your effort. Bit fast. We do have. We are left with only 8 minutes. I have to start another session at 6:30. Okay. So continue.
Okay, sir.
Continue. Continue.
Mm, Environment.
Okay. Rather saying environment, can I say that relaxing atmosphere?
Yes, atmosphere.
It's more effective, correct?
Yes, sir.
Relaxing
Atmosphere.
atmosphere. You're very intelligent. Continue. Continue. I shall help you out. Okay.
Mm,
This is something. Then only I will be able to
Different
record
type
the
of
work.
languages.
Okay. So you want to write different types of languages. Okay.
Languages.
So
Yes.
you can write like this: a wide range of languages are spoken.
Okay. Wide
Suppose you
language.
are going for a shopping there. You can also use like this kind of phrase there. A stunning range of like that. For example, I'm visiting a showroom and I really like the footwears available there, and I frequently visit that place, this shop. Then I will say that I frequently visit this shop just because it provides me a stunning range of footwears, a
Okay.
stunning range of footwears like that.
Footwears.
And what about just we have to collect three more phrases.
Mm,
Whenever we are talking about visiting a new place, we can also talk about economy of this place. So don't you have any few, you
Yes.
may be having few phrases, effective phrases that you can use in the context of economy. You can try. You're a commerce student, yeah?
Different law,
Sorry?
different type of law.
No, no, different types of work now.
Okay.
Can we talk about tourism? In which sector does it fall? For example, primary
Tourism,
sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector,
primary.
tertiary sector, service industry. Okay. For
Okay.
example, I'm a teacher. You paid me fees for attending my session. Now, have I given you
Okay.
any product by packing in a paper or maybe in an envelope? Nothing. It's basically the service that I'm providing you. So that means I belong
Okay.
to tertiary industry as a teacher. The
Okay.
consultants, advocates, doctors, they are providing us services. Transportation itself is a service. If you're traveling in a train, then railway is providing you a service.
Service.
Am I right? So I try to
Yes, sir.
classify in which category does tourism fall. Okay. We can also
Okay.
talk about contribution in economy.
Yes.
Suppose when you are visiting a place, don't you feel you are satisfied, you are very happy, something? I can say like this, deliriously happy.
That is yes. Okay.
Okay, so I'm deliriously happy having say something. I'm deliriously
Having.
happy having a student like you in my session because you are very interactive. You make this each and every session very interactive. Continue.
Okay.
Deliriously happy. If I say satisfied, so I can say
Yeah.
that tremendously satisfied.
Satisfied.
If I talk about it is beneficial, I can say that it will benefit you immensely like this. Okay,
Okay.
it will benefit you immensely. Yeah, let me know. We have to write a last phrase of this session, and just within 2-3 minutes, we are going to end up this session.
Okay. Hmm.
Try to recall few.
Learn different things,
Okay, can we say that it helps us to learn a range of
new things.
activities or something like that? I can also talk
Yes, sir.
about I participated in a range of events. Events are more common at tourist places. A range of
Yes.
events. And there are sports also, water sports or something like this. Should I give a reference of sports also? Yes, I can. Are you getting?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So, how did you like find this session? Was it really helpful to learn new things, or this
Yes,
was
sir.
just a
So
boring
many new
session?
things I learned today.
Okay. So anyone can learn English, anyone can improve communication skills, but it largely depends on the classroom participation. For example, you are participating actively in the session, of course, you will be learning more. As a teacher,
Yes.
if I learn the things and try to have an approach where this is just one side communication, then you will not be able to learn. Okay, so we have to make it
Right.
more interactive each and every session. It hardly matters whether we are using an online platform or we are or we are sitting in a classroom physically, but it largely depends on our mentality. If we are psychology close to each other in this session, if you're mentally here in my session, you can learn tremendously here. Okay,
So
thank you
what is
so
the
much.
meaning of immensely?
Immensely means enormously, in a huge amount,
Enormously. Okay.
enormously. Okay,
Okay.
suppose you want to say something a lot of. He has a lot of time. Once upon a time, one of my students asked me, sir, I try to use a lot of. So can't I use a lot, lots of rather putting a lot of? I said you can use. Both of the phrases are accepted. They are actually not the phrases. They are actually the quantifiers. Okay. So if I
Okay.
say that she has a lot of time, this is correct. If I say she has lots of time, this is also a correct sentence. Okay. But
Yes.
where will you be using these quantifiers? You have to look into, you have to understand first of all whether it is count noun or uncount noun. So these are the things
Okay.
that can make you to think twice before you put a quantifier. If you are not sure about it, then you first learn quantifier, then you use such quantifiers in your day-to-day conversation with the people. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So, my dear friend, I'm really thankful to you for your valuable time, precious time that you spent with me in this session. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I humbly request you to make necessary notes so that you can revise these words and try to revise these words at least 5 to 7 times in a day. If you
Yes,
continue
sir.
like this, uh, there shall be a day when you are able to speak English very fluently. And of course, each and every word spoken by you is found to be more effective and more natural because you are not learning words here, you are learning natural phrases by putting most appropriate words in a particular situation. That's all from my side in this session. I hope to meet you with a new chapter in the upcoming sessions. Okay? Any
Okay.
feedback that you want
Yes,
to
sir.
share with me in this session? Feel free to speak.
L- Learn so many new vocabulary.
I learned a
I
wide
learned.
range of vocabulary in this session.
Okay. I learned wide range of
It's a
vocabulary in
pass
this
now.
session.
It is 6:30. So you learned till
Okay.
6:30 now. So it's now past. Okay, so we have covered three areas: environment, politics, and then
And
visiting a new
visiting a
place.
new place.
Thank you so much for your time. We'll meet you again in the next session. Okay, Parth? Take care.
Okay, sir.
God bless you.
Okay. Thank
Enjoy learning with Aryan Career Group. Okay,
you. Okay, sir. Bye.
bye.